Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 128, in this cold-ass state of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
It's not that cold, though. I was wondering why is it cold ass?
I mean, it's cold.
It's like 40.
40? It's not 40 today.
Well, it was. It was 40 today.
Was it? It got that warm?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel cold.
It's like almost end of January and no snow. And
I know.
It's good. I'll take it. I'm not complaining.
Oh, I was going to say, do you want the snow?
No. I'm not complaining. This is
okay.
Good. This is good.
Very good, because I don't want the snow. Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
We are a podcast, an infotainment podcast that talks about gig work. We have a lot of fun doing it, so it's not all serious all the time. We try to have a good time. Jesper and I are both rideshare drivers, gig workers, been doing it since 2017. This podcast has been going since 2017. I think we've been driving since 2016.
16 at least.
At least, so we're definitely veterans. Anything you want to know about this show, if you go to gigeconomyshow.com, you can find everything out there. Yep. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreon members, Larry, Samson, Steve, Chris, James, Bud, Tom, Omar, Lindsay, and Jamie. We appreciate all your support. And if you are interested in supporting the show or want to know more about us and have more fun, of course, as always, and get the show ad-free, go to patreon.com/gigeconpodcast.
Gig Econ Podcast.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Or just search Gig Economy
Gig Econ Podcast. We definitely appreciate your support. And if you hang on and support us for more than 3 months,
yes,
you get merch.
You get merch. Made from a local tailor.
Yep. Tailor. Not a tailor. Speaking of merch, we are in the process of getting that kind of a little bit revamped. And as soon as we have all that taken care of, then it'll be back on the website as well. To begin with, we're thinking we're just going to have hats and some simple shirts. But
we'll simple T-shirt and a hat. And we're not going crazy. We're not going to use TeePublic anymore because they charge an insane amount of money. That's bullshit.
But we will figure it out. The new hats are going to be awesome, though. So I think you guys are going to be really excited about that. Janet, welcome. And Larry, welcome. And I must say, I am super excited. I'm going to meet Janet in person this year.
You are? Where?
Yeah, at the picnic.
Oh, shit. That's right.
That is awesome. I am so excited. This is just, it's cool. And as we said, if you happen to listen into last week's new format, which is the new the B-side.
The B-side,
we had an interview with Larry, and he's almost like the OG.
I mean, I feel like he is the OG.
He is the OG. He is obviously from Bowling Green, and has been to the picnic how many times?
Every year.
It's just,
and this will be our 4th year.
It's just awesome. So yeah, exactly, Pete. You have to come to the picnic this year.
Pete's an OG too, even though he doesn't do gig work. OG. He's always invited.
He knows he wants to get back on the road.
I don't even think dude has a car. Like, he's just like, he works from home. He's like, screw it. Oh, I think he does have a car. I think he does. But he like drives 1 mile a week or something.
Well, I think he's walking more than he's driving right now.
100%. He probably walks more than he drives.
Which is awesome, by the way. That is really awesome. I know I could definitely go to lose a couple pounds. So.
Yeah. So I just want to mention our Telegram group. That's a group where you can talk to other gig workers across the country. We've had the group for a long time. It's fun to chat with people. Sometimes it's super active. Sometimes it's quiet. But if you send a message in there, someone will probably respond to you. And then a story from the road, Jesper, you can kind of relate to that Telegram group.
I definitely can. Oh, there we go. So this last weekend, I did not drive, but my wife and I was out downtown.
You drank. You just didn't drive.
I drank, didn't drive. So actually, normally, even if we go to the theater, whatever, we used to take the car. But this time I just said, I don't want to have to bother about trying to find a spot to park. So we just Ubered down.
So you Ubered with a rando down.
We Ubered with a rando down.
How was that driver? Can you give any feedback?
He was nice. He was fine.
Okay.
The problem is...
he was fine. The problem...
No, the car was fine. It was very clean. It was a nice Kia. It was all good, okay? Except he obviously smoked in the vehicle.
Ooh.
And so even though he tries to get out and,
Well, it's on his clothes.
It's in his clothes. It's in his car. I mean, you could sense it. Sense it. And so it's a shame because everything was good. I actually handed him one of our cards and
good job.
He 5-starred him, gave him a tip and all that stuff. So
yeah,
because he did a good job. I hate to say it, but that
Well-
cigarette smoke it just stays there, and it's just not that nice. In
Yeah,
my
it's not
opinion.
nice. When you're a non-smoker, you don't want to be around it. I mean,
But again, it's not like any of it lingered in our clothes or anything like
No.
that. So that was fine. But it was a little bit. We both Michelle and I, was like, yeah, that was kind of that didn't, that was not the best. But then when came time to go home, I think it was like almost 11:30 or whatever. For some reason, my Uber app wouldn't work, and I know you're gonna say it was because I was drunk.
I say operator error.
Operator
Did you
error.
try Lyft?
Oh no, because I deleted Lyft actually off my phone. Anyways, it would not. I mean, I could all the way through till I had to like actually
request the ride.
actually pay my money, and it wouldn't. It would not use the pay for some reason. It just couldn't. So. Luckily, Matt was only a couple blocks away, and I got on my Telegram group, and I said, hey, I need a ride home. And Matt helped me out. He showed up. We got it up on the app, and he took me home. So that was pretty awesome.
That's cool.
So,
John, thanks for the $2. Vinny, appreciate you coming by. He was in a stream of the Driven Dad, who we are going to interview next week. For our Gig Economy B-side, we're going to interview a gig creator, and Vinny was in that chat. So we
nice.
Him and I were talking shit about he likes Restream and I like StreamYard. So Vinny, this is StreamYard, but I'm actually using OBS to get the setup I have now. StreamYard doesn't offer this, so I guess you can say you kind of win because StreamYard can't do this. So it's OBS streaming into StreamYard out to the interwebs. So
hey, but it's pretty cool.
yeah, I love it.
We like it.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, he laughs.
He's like, yeah, now I get it. No way StreamYard's doing this. So yeah.
And Gary is here. Gary, awesome.
Hey Gary, nice to see you. So yeah, I'm glad that that group was available, and as we've talked about before, when I wrecked my car, I was able to get a ride home, and it just felt, especially like if shit goes down and you need somebody, like I mean, obviously you could have figured it out, maybe walked home. You're talking about those miles.
I mean, we could have walked home, but it was 11:30, and I had like at least 5 drinks, so there's no way I'm doing that.
Oh man, yeah, no. So yeah, I guess my only gig economy news is, like John says, it's been slow as hell. It has been a rough ass January, and I always think like I try to remember from the year before, and it's just like, no, it's never been this bad, and it probably was, but oh my gosh,
it's fun you say that, right? It's fun you say that, and I know I pick the top time to drive.
You do.
But I drove the weekend before.
I know.
And my Saturday was fine. I mean,
I
I still average $37 an hour.
Yeah, I should clarify. It's slow for me during the day. I'm not driving passengers from 9 to 2, which you are. And that is probably the best time to make the most money.
Absolutely.
I just don't
And again,
want
I'm back driving XL and Comfort only.
Yeah. As you should.
Right, because there's no way I'm taking those stupid X rides.
Yeah. Did you, I can't remember, did you end up taking some X's for New Year's Eve, right? Just to make sure.
I did, because at that point, it was all about getting that bonus, which really wasn't that good. But again, I mean, with the bonuses, I still made close to $800.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, I think it was good. A lot of markets, remember, who were we talking, what's her name that always on? She's not actually on right now.
Was that Jamie?
No, not Jamie. Not in our group. She hasn't even joined the Telegram group. She's always on our stream. I can't remember her name, but hers was like 150.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't.
It was weird,
right?
But New Year's Eve was weird this year. It was and honestly, I think the bonuses was made it weird because it pushed everybody out on the road.
Yeah.
But without the bonus, it wouldn't have been worth it. So it's
100%. 100%, it would not be worth it. Yes, John, thank you. It's Catherine.
Yep, you're right, John.
Terrible with names. So anyways, if you want a community, just in case you wreck your car like me, that can come pick you up. I mean, obviously you're out of market. Then
I was going to say, it's not a local group either. We have people from, all over the place.
Yeah.
LA, we have Bowling Green, obviously. And it's just nice to have somebody to talk to when you're out and about. So everything is not so lonely. So.
Right. The Gig Economy Podcast will be right back.
Hey, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jason, and we're the hosts of the Threads podcast, Life Unfiltered.
And we are on a mission to rid the world of Facebook fake, Instagram ickies, and Twitter takes.
And we do this through unfiltered dialogue about faith, mental health, and uncomfortable conversations.
And sometimes we talk about really deep and serious topics.
And sometimes we talk about stupid stuff and make jokes and talk about our lifelong goal of being great at fitness.
But no matter what, we are unfiltered as we talk. So we hope that you join us on the journey.
All right, gig economy in the news. First up, something that I kind of missed, and I realized I didn't pre-read this, and so Jesper can yell at me.
I didn't read your stories.
Well, I know. So it just talks about a lady, and there was a TikTok, and I missed that too because normally I would rip it. But Judas Priest Almighty. Basically, it's a story about her leaving her DNA behind. She puts her fingerprints on the window.
Yep.
She leaves strands of hair. And I mean, is Uber maybe not for you if you're if you're worried about that? I mean, I get it. Women have it. I was talking to a lady the other day, someone that I associate with, and I was like, you women have it the worst.
Right.
You have to have babies. Well, you don't have to, but if you want to have kids, you have to have the baby. The man just like, and he's done. You know what I mean? And then you have to have...
I'm sorry, what was that again?
And you have to have periods, which suck. And you have to be worried about creepers. And so that's...
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not ripping on her too much, but I mean, it's not a bad tip because if something did happen to her...
But what does it do? So I guess it proves that she was in the car?
Yeah. So if they're like, she disappeared after the Uber, they'd immediately go there and they would be able to prove that she was in the car. But it still doesn't, that's where it stops though. Like they're already going to know she was in this Uber, right? Because of the charge on the card. So what does her fingerprints do? Like, okay, yeah, she was in the car. We can confirm she was in the car. I guess it eliminates like her being missing for another reason. But I don't know. It just seems kind of strange.
It was kind of weird. I mean, I remember seeing the video.
You did watch it?
Yeah, but it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You want to be as safe as possible, but I mean, making sure I think your fingerprints are going to be on there regardless. I mean, because you're touching the handles and stuff. But
well, exactly. One thing, I mean, one new security feature that I'm seeing more and more of in Grand Rapids, which I actually like it's the PIN code.
I got no PIN codes on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I got a couple.
That's so strange.
I definitely got a couple. Hey, the Driven Dad is here.
Yes, the Driven Dad. Check out his show, please.
And I'm seeing more and more of them.
Really?
I am, yeah. Every night I'm out. And again, it's probably because I'm also driving that different time a night.
I think maybe that Uber is afraid of you and you're kind of a liability, so they want to...
Actually, I talked to a couple of riders, and they tell me they turn it on themselves. So it's a new setting they go in and enable.
Yeah, I remember you talked about it before, but like I haven't done a ton of ride shares since the last couple months, but I've done 100 rides and I've not gotten one.
Oh, no. I mean, I've easily done, I don't know, 600, 700, 800 rides since New Year. I mean, since I started driving again.
Yeah,
I mean, so absolutely. It's definitely. It's I see more and more of it.
Well, it
so
should be automatic. Everyone should put it on.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not a big deal. We do 2-factor authentication all day for our shit. What's another 4-digit code?
Yep.
So,
but I also see more and more people, and I didn't used to see this before, but this is like after I started driving at least a third of the people makes it a point to go actually check my license plate.
Yeah, it's very rare.
They didn't used to do that.
No. Yeah. Well, it's encouraging as you're raising kids and like I will tell my daughter when you use Uber, always check the plate. Always just important to do that. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to the Driven Dad. He is going to be on our show next week. He does amazing streams. It's either him or him and his wife. I think his wife has a YouTube channel too. So they're rocking it. Tony drives a Tesla.
Nice.
Yeah, and he like cleans up. He's from Colorado near Steve. I think they're near each other. Maybe not. Yeah, no, because they've hooked up together as far as like doing. I've actually
seen a couple of Teslas doing Uber in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of Uber Teslas here.
Yeah, he loves his Tesla. But anyways, check out his channel. Subscribe, please. Tony, drop your link in here, so I don't have to do it. I don't have to find it. So looks like Chris is out driving right now, so that's cool. And Janet says 2 or 3 pins per shift she gets for that security. which is good.
So maybe it's more used in New Zealand, where Janet is from. She's actually traveling 18 hours to come see us.
You are so excited about that, aren't you? Well, we have to have more than just the picnic. Like with her, it's like a special thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we definitely need to like have a fire or something. Maybe we can get her drunk. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little beer.
No, of course not.
A little liquor.
Why would you want Janet drunk?
I think her husband's name is Gary. He can be the DD, and Janet can drink with us, and it'll be fun.
I know it'll be fun.
Yeah, anyways.
So, absolutely. Anyways.
So, moving on, Jesper has...
This is a TikTok, and we'll watch it. It's definitely, in my point of view, is this happened, this is a little bit of... I'd say it's a weird behavior of a UPS driver. I think if that happened to me, I would be on the phone with UPS.
So if you're new to the show, I'm obsessed with like drivers being stupid. So they're not gig workers, but when I see this, it reminds me of like a gig worker. So it's about 18 seconds, and then we'll talk about it. There's no sound, so it doesn't matter.
You saw the UPS vehicle over on the road, and see it now. There it is.
He drives through the people's grass because there's construction, and that MFer's got to deliver those packages. Look at that shit.
No.
He's instantly fired.
No, you do not do that.
Yeah.
You do not do that.
Yeah, he is instantly fired. So I thought that was funny.
Do you know if he got fired?
No, I did not.
The story doesn't go into it.
I'm terrible about following up on stories. Like, I don't know, but yeah.
But I'm hoping that they use that dash cam. It's not a dash cam. That's a
doorbell cam.
Doorbell camera. Yeah,
they'll be using that in security or
you
safety.
have a doorbell cam, right?
Yeah, I have a bunch of cameras.
I'm thinking about getting a doorbell cam. I don't know.
They're just nice to like when someone pulls up, you just be like, okay, you're dropping a package off or whatever. I mean, I think everybody's got cameras now. So John says I'm continue to be a bad influence. Thank you. Janet says you will be struggling.
You will be struggling.
I don't know.
Sounds a little bit like your will be done kind of thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I doubt that, but I like how you think. So this is we got a lot of videos and pictures in this. So
this is gonna be a fun night tonight.
Giddy up. So the next one we're talking about what is the most frustrating thing. Well, you don't deliver a lot, but what is the most frustrating thing when you deliver food or packages, or what can you imagine it is?
Oh, a couple of times, it's like finding the house.
Yes, finding the
house number, and particularly at night. That's why I gave up. I'm not doing this.
So this actually is a firefighter that does these TikToks. He's super funny, but it's about addresses, and I thought it applied. So here we go on that.
Make your address visible! And to be specific,
he spelled it wrong.
Did he?
Decorations
it's visible. V-I-S-I-B-L-E.
Making sure your address can actually be seen from a distance. Because if you can't see it from your feet, we sure as crap can't see it from the street. Oh, and if your house looks like this at night, it's kind of hard to find you. But with a little light, we can actually locate your house and be the good little lifesavers you pay us to be. So just remember, help us help you. Because if we can't find you, well, we both know how that's going to end.
You're going to die. I got to see if you spelled it wrong again.
He did V-I-S-A-B-L-E, visible.
I wish. Here we go back to StreamYard fight. I wish StreamYard would let me pause these videos. Like once I hit play, I can stop them, but I can't pause them. Okay,
so I can save your life?
Your address visible! And to be specific,
how do you spell visible?
V-I-S-I-B-L-E.
Blocking it. Making sure your address...
Well, I can't spell, but I'll save your life.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't
Sorry.
even catch
I didn't mean to throw you under the bus.
No.
Not you, but the guy.
Oh, no. He's going to see this anyways. That was freaking hilarious. So, yeah, make sure you are visible.
Absolutely.
I actually am terrible. I have no numbers on my house, but I have them on my mailbox.
So we have it on... Well, we have it in the house. The old house, we had it on the mailbox. Big, fat numbers on the mailbox.
Yeah.
So
I think as long as you have it on the mailbox,
right,
you're okay. But I should put it on the house too, just to be safe.
Well, and I think he brings up a very good point. Make sure it's also visible at night.
Oh, I mean, so Ramblewood, Ramblewood Apartments on 44th.
I used to work just down the street from them.
Oh, so on Byron Center, they used to have another section that they sold. They sold to another company, and they've done an incredible job at renovating those. They made them more high end. Well, one thing they did that is the most asinine thing. They put these new numbers in, and they put like a blue light behind them. So think about the numbers are in a little box, and they're hollow. They're hollowed out, and you can see it. It's a blue light. You can't fucking see those things. I literally got to roll my window down, and I got to like squint to see what the numbers are. I'm like, why did you put blue and not white light?
That's the signers in a heartbeat.
It's
right
terrible. Anyways, oh my gosh.
I have seen, though, the new trend is big fat numbers on houses. I like that, like very big black numbers.
Yeah,
it's like, and cause it has like that more modern. Modern feel to it. I like that. That's but as you said, put a white light behind him. Come on, let's make it visible here.
Yeah, especially for a firefighter. Like they need to find your shit. Although, I mean, with GPS, the pin is usually pretty close.
The one thing that's kind of quite often though, if the firefighters are there, isn't it because the house is on fire?
Right. So you shouldn't shouldn't need the numbers. But what if it's a medical emergency?
No, that's true. I'm just kidding.
And what if it's the fire just started in the basement and you don't have smoke showing yet?
I know.
Yeah, that was a good joke. I was actually going to do that. I was thinking of it when you started talking, but
anyway.
All right, let's bring down the room with your article about a woman which we did kind of talk about with Larry last week, but not on the main show, that got left on the side of the road.
So, yes, we briefly talked about this, and did you load the video at all?
No video for this.
Okay,
just
that's fine. So again, I mean, we briefly talked about it last time at the show when we had Larry in, and obviously maybe you guys can chime in and see what you guys were doing.
Yeah.
But obviously, her and some friends was in an Uber, because they have been drinking, and something happened. I'm not quite sure if the article even says that, but the Uber driver let him out on the highway.
Yeah. Because they demanded it.
Yep. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he let him out, Adam of Frederick, Colorado, but he was then hit by 2 cars.
Yeah.
And killed on the spot.
Yeah.
Thornton police have said that the rideshare driver has no criminal liability in the woman's death. But Douglas says civil liability should be explored. So, again, was it proper? Was it negligent? I see it now. I can't spell negligent. Negligent that this driver left their rider on the side of I-25. Now, the article does speak about they talk to another Uber driver, a rideshare driver, Michael McManus. I can't say that either, but he has 17,000 trips, and he said, "There's no way I would have never done this.
Yeah,
I would have made sure that. I mean, even if they've demanded to be set off, don't get him off until the first safe spot." Well, and I'm the same way.
You can say that, but if you weren't in the car, like we can't judge this guy. You know what I mean? Like Larry said too. Yeah, it all depends if the passengers demanded to be let out. Like it's a gut decision you make in the moment. Yes. Do we both sit back and go, yes, we probably wouldn't do that, but we don't know in the moment.
Well, that's true. But I mean, at least I'd hope that there's no way I would let anybody out on the highway.
Well, I also smacked a girl's hand for touching my radio. So I mean, like,
but
we
don't wasn't on the highway.
I know, but we don't know what I could do. I mean, I'm dangerous.
Well, that is true. That is true.
I'm just saying we don't know what we would do in that situation. You say, "Oh, I would never smack." I mean, I didn't smack. I just pushed your hand.
I never
away.
hit a passenger.
A passenger, but you may.
Oh, wait. Maybe I kind of like passed him off because he keep touching my leg.
Oh yeah,
that was one.
Yeah, you like that, don't you lie?
Well, you know. Anyways, so, but no, I mean, I'd like to think that I would not drop somebody off.
Me too. I would like to think I would try to do the right thing, or I'd be able to, whatever's going on, stave it off until I got somewhere safe.
Jason is a loose cannon.
Yes, or Larry, how dare you? I thought you were my friend.
Anyways, so that was that. And again, let us know what you guys think about that. I mean, I think it's definitely a scenario that could happen to all of us.
Yeah.
Because, you know, who knows? As Larry said, the lady got sick and asked to be let out. Sure.
My tune changes when all the articles say she demanded to get out. Like
right.
My tune's like, okay, different situation. But if she was bombed beyond belief, shouldn't you be the responsible
Absolutely.
one and say, I know you want to get out, but like this is some scary shit. I don't even want to know.
Pax has no car seat.
Oh my gosh. MFer.
Or maybe he just had a passenger with no car seat. I don't know.
Yeah, because he's out driving right now.
Yeah.
See, this is the Larry I know.
I know.
You know you're my snuggle buddy.
That's what she said.
All right, moving on. Speaking of that's what she said, this was kind of funny. I can't find it. There we go. So it says, oops, I got to get that. Hold on one second. I got to get Larry's thing off. It says, DoorDash has destroyed my life. It's a text conversation.
Love life.
Love life. Thank you. I don't know. I'll be done at the gym by like 5:30. Then I have to shower and get dressed. I don't want to spend the night. So like 8, I don't know. I just don't want it to end nasty again. Then don't try to ditch me to go do DoorDash. Don't even bring it up. See, we got to talk. Like the thrill is there to go make that extra cheddar. Like,
Well, yeah.
I mean, he basically wants to have sex with his girl and then leave and go work. I mean, you can't hate the guy for that. I mean, you know.
But do you really know who if it's the boy or the girl? Who wants
I
to go
don't
do
know.
DoorDash?
I'm just assuming a guy would be a dick like that. That's what I'm assuming.
Well, that's true. That's true. You got to be a snuggle buddy a little bit, and then you leave when she sleeps. Right?
Like Larry said, snuggle buddy. You got to snuggle the ladies before you just go out and work. But I just think that's funny. Like we talked, was it last show about the addiction of like kind of the thrill of the
totally.
chase and stuff like that?
Totally. But I mean, on that note, though, it's kind of disappearing, right? A little bit. I mean, that's the sad part of it. It used to be that there was always thrill left.
Yeah.
But it's just
maybe
it's coming. Maybe it'll come back.
There's kind of a thrill with DoorDash because not for the $2.50 orders, but like when you get one that could be because they hide the frickin' tips.
Right.
That could be like an insane. I've never gotten like a unicorn like that.
Okay.
They've been a couple dollars more here and there, but I've never gotten one that had like a $30 tip on it, which kind of sucks. I mean, I don't do DoorDash a ton, but enough.
Right.
But yeah, there's no really edge in like food delivery. Like you're like, oh, you can get that surge. Oh, it's $1 surge pay. That's what DoorDash would be, or $2.
Speaking of tipping, so this weekend I don't use the Uber passenger app much, but I mean, obviously a couple of times this weekend. And it was interesting. I tipped in cash both times.
Yeah.
Okay. And I found it difficult to get past without tipping. I mean, it's hard.
That's good.
No, it is good. It is, but it was just an interesting like.
There's not a big fat X there to get out of it.
No, there's not. There's
Which
not.
is good.
There's a little skip this, right? But it's kind of hidden. It's kind of
okay.
Although you got to click on and then there's it's the set amount, right? So it's the 1, 3, and 5 or whatever it was. So it was like they definitely improved on this. But it's hard to see that skip.
Were you looking through beer goggles? And maybe you're having trouble seeing the skip?
Always, you got to bring up the fact that I had a little bit
I'm
of a
just jealous
drive.
that you were drinking.
So have you been to the secret bar, the secret at the Emma Grand yet?
So no, I haven't. I thought you were going to talk about Sidecar. Do you know where Sidecar is?
I do not. But
that's
no,
a secret bar too, with no name anywhere.
Okay, no. This was called. It's called IDC.
IDC?
Yeah, and it stands for I don't care.
Really? I've never been there.
So yeah,
has it been
IDC.
around for a while?
No, it's fairly new. You when you get into it and you ask for it, you're led up to a place with just a door, and then there's a number panel on the door, and there's no sign or nothing.
So it's not very exclusive then, because anyone can get in, right?
No, you got to have the number.
Yeah, how do you get the number?
Well, you ask for it, and then they give you the number.
All right. So it's not like someone could walk in and not know about it. They'd never know about it, right?
Well, you got to go in and you got to know to ask for it.
Correct. So like,
Right.
It's not like you like can mosey in like, I'll go to this bar because no one knows where it is.
Well, yes and no, because we could see it from the street. It's on the balcony. It's on the balcony outside.
Okay.
And so they have fire pits going and that kind of stuff. So we wanted to go in there. So we went in and we asked the person, like, how do we get up there? What is that?
Okay, I'm very intrigued. How was the vibe? Like, what kind of vibe?
It was fun. It was fun.
Was it like super loud music, or was it chill?
We had, so the balcony was full, so we couldn't sit out there. So we ended up sitting inside.
Okay,
but it was chill, cool music, nice vibe. They just
Okay.
had. It was not the super cheapest, but it also wasn't the most expensive.
I mean, you're
either.
at the Amway.
It was $15 per drink.
Yeah.
So
I mean, for like a mixed drink.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're going to pay $13 anywhere else, so it's a
Right.
couple dollars.
It
more.
wasn't that much more, but it was fun.
IDC. Megan and I.
IDC, yep.
Yeah. You
So,
should check out
this-
Sidecar.
The Speakeasy. So where is Sidecar? What is it connected to?
So it's on. Oh gosh, it's on Ottawa between before you get to Fulton. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know. You have to go by a pizza place and you have to walk down this like. I can't explain it.
Okay.
I'm dying on the vine over here. I'll show you after the show. I can picture it in my head, but
that's fine, no problem.
But anyways, real quick, want to talk about this awesome sponsor, Upside, which is crazy. So, but a little behind the scenes, right? So we have this code, and when people click on the link, they can get 50 cents off their first fill up, and when they add the code Gig Economy 25, they get another 50 cents, right?
Yep.
So $1 off. We have had so many.
No, 25 cents off.
Oh, 25. So a total of 50.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I fucked that up. Whatever. You get $17 off a gallon. So we've had about like 800 people click on it.
Yes.
And only one person
Put in the code.
that put in the code. I'm like, why are all these people clicking and not using it? Like, maybe I shouldn't talk about that because, whoops, that it means that it's bad. But God, I'm up to like $130. Like,
right.
It's basically almost 2 tanks of gas for me.
I have almost $50.
Yeah, so I'm like, I just don't understand why people aren't doing it. But anyways, if you search, the link is in the description. If you click on that, you get 25 cents off. Add the code, you get another 25 cents.
Correct.
Yep.
Gig Economy 25. And maybe it's because the code is too long. I don't know.
You keep saying that,
Punch
but
it in.
it's small. Like, what do you want? I mean, what are you, a simpleton? Do you want like the as the code?
Yeah, I
mean,
do want the.
You copy and paste. We all got smartphones. Like, it's not like it's that hard.
Anyway.
All right, what about this TikTok we're gonna watch?
So this is another TikTok, and we saw one of her videos at a prior show.
Yeah.
And this is talking about all the other expenses there is in driving Uber, and these are just good examples of things that you should pay attention to and take into consideration as you decide whether or not being a full-time Uber driver is for you.
So I have a question for you. It's 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
Yeah.
Do we need to watch the whole thing?
Probably not.
All right.
Probably
we'll decide
we can
when it
cut
gets.
it off after halfway through. So.
All right, because I didn't preview it because Jesper pulled this and a little late in the game.
A little bit late in the game. My fault.
That's
Sorry.
what she said. Damn it, I missed it.
As a rideshare delivery driver, have you ever considered the true cost of what we're doing? It really bugs me when people just throw out a number like, I made $200 today. Okay, that's great, but how many hours did you spend doing that? And what are our real expenses here? We all know we have to put fuel in our car, and of course, that's a pretty large expense. It can be as much as $30 a day, depending on how much you drove, what your car is, and how much it is in your area. So, beyond fuel, I don't think people really consider the true cost of the maintenance that we have, the cell phone use, the insurance that we have on our cars, and the biggest one I think people probably don't think about is the depreciation on their vehicle. So, like, you may have to put tires on your car every year.
Okay. So she brings up a good point, and
Right.
I've had people ask, and I get it too. Like, I tell Jesper what my daily goal is, and he's like, "Did you take gas out of it?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." And it's like, you should work more. Like, if you want to be accurate on it, if you want to make $200, you should probably make $230 because you probably use $30 in fuel.
Right.
You know what I mean, to break that. But then to talk about the depreciation, I wish someone, and maybe it's out there, and I thought I've searched for it, haven't found anything concrete, but like a spreadsheet that has your car in it.
So she actually has a pretty good idea of how to do it.
Oh, we cut it too soon?
No, I didn't cut it too
Oh,
soon. I
you-
wanted to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
She said use Kelly Blue Book.
Okay.
And it's actually a pretty good idea. So what you do is you take your model, okay, and then go in and say, okay, how much can I sell my car for if it has 50,000 miles? If it has
Okay.
80,000 miles, 90, 100. Get an idea for if you needed to sell your car tomorrow, what would it be worth?
Okay.
Because that gets you a pretty good idea of how quickly it falls in value.
But
Okay.
how does that factor into your daily goal, though?
Well, only in your depreciation. So that's what it basically is. What is my car worth? And it factors into that in the sense, okay, so let's say you drive, let's just say that you drive, I don't know, 6 months. Let's just say you drive 6 months
Yeah.
and you drive, I don't know, 50,000 miles.
Okay.
100,000 miles, whatever it is, right? Now you say, okay, I bought this vehicle for $20,000. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Kelley Blue Book. I'm going to say, my car,
It's
this
now
model,
worth this.
But now it doesn't have 30,000 miles. Now I have 80,000 miles.
Yeah.
Right? And so now your $20,000 vehicle is only worth 14.
So you could
So
take
in the 6
difference.
months, you also subtract your $6,000. Right?
It makes sense.
So that's kind of your depreciation. That because now the other thing that I think that she's not really talking about, and again we cut this, but she isn't talking about it that much, is all the expenses that she is saying that we have, and it's true. But remember, those are tax deductible. Okay, so like your phone is a tax deductible expense.
Yeah.
Sometimes, whether or not you can use your car wash
Depends on the accountant.
That's a little bit up in the air, right? But some accountants will say you can either do mileage,
Yeah.
or you can do maintenance costs.
Right.
You can't do both. And that's fine. In most cases, the mileage is going to give you the more.
Yeah, well, that's another thing too. If I get what is it, 65 cents a mile this
I think
year?
it's 65 now. Yes.
So how does that play in a factor? Like I use $10 in gas, but can I write? You know what I mean? Like I want someone to create a spreadsheet that I can plug my car in,
right?
How many miles I drove with the tax deduction, and like tell
I'm
me.
Sure, you can find it.
I don't know. I looked. I feel like these apps that we've supported and like Moves and Solo and all that stuff, I think they need to come up with something like that. Something, and it doesn't have to be concrete, but something more basic. And you can even take the depreciation. I'm just talking about what's your bottom line when you earn $200 and spend $30 in gas.
I think for me, when I think about it, okay, for me, and I understand that there's extra cost. But the benefit of the cash flow, that's what I like right now, okay? Because I know I have costs, okay? I know I have gas, I have expenses and all that stuff. But when I'm done working, like this coming weekend, I'm going to be working $20, 20 hours. Right?
Yeah.
I know I'm going to have between $800 and $900 available in my account Monday morning.
Right.
Okay. That's the cash flow. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is going to help me right now.
Yeah.
And so,
well, that's the problem. If you're a full-time gig worker, that's how you're thinking, and you're not you're doing it only part-time, so it's not as critical.
Sure. No, it's not critical at all.
But if you're full-time, then you're like, you can't think like that because you're going to end up burning yourself because, like, I need all this cash. I'm not going to set some away.
Unless it is because you know you need that because you got to put 25% of it away because you know you're going to need a new car in a year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other way of thinking that way. So it is possible to think both ways. But I think the good thing for her is to just kind of bring some attention to the fact that your only expense is not only gas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? You need other things too.
You got to admit, though, it is nicer not to be a full-time gig worker for you because you don't have to really think about that as much.
Right.
Because you're not doing it as much. But, man, if you're doing this full-time, you need to put some money away.
Well, if for nothing else, then, I mean, it happened to one in the chat, right? The other day. It's like, if your car breaks.
Yeah. You're screwed.
Then you are SOL.
Yeah, you
have no way of making money.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get a rental, and then that's super expensive. And
yep, you have to have a kitty. You have to have a savings account.
Yeah. Right?
And that savings account should have 2 to 3 months of earnings in it.
Well, that's all. I don't even have that. I'm not that good.
But honestly, right? I mean,
let's start with $1,000.
Oh, absolutely.
Like let's do that. I mean, 2 to 3 months of expenses is a lot of freaking money. Anyways, we're beating the dead horse on this.
We are beating the dead horse. Let us know what you guys think about that. What is your guys' own rules?
I know we must have killed the chat because everyone just stop talking.
Boring. Nobody
11 minutes since the last comment.
Chris says, I don't care.
Yeah, well, he's talking about something else completely. Uber, Lyft, Instacart drivers fear losing out if recession fuels influx of new gig workers, which I have thought about that. Bank of America analysts estimated that as many as 450,000 new drivers could flock to Uber and Lyft this year, and about 600,000 new couriers could give DoorDash and Uber Eats a try. The analyst said increase in labor supply could offset possible declines in the company's ride-hailing delivery business of the worsening economy. But this could all mean a silver line for the companies that won't have to spend money to try to attract gig workers to the platforms, a setback for existing gig workers, and possibly uneven experience for customers. Basically, what they talk about is you're going to get on these new Instacart workers, these new drivers, and they're going to be terrible.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, the people are going to get their order fulfilled, but they're going to be dog shit because you got all these rookies doing it. So,
and they take all the dog shit orders.
Yeah. She also said new shoppers will be willing to take lower paying gigs, while shoppers who have been doing it long may just move on. Yeah, that's a tough churn because, like, yeah, they might move on and go find another job, and then you've lost this awesome gig worker because, you know, this influx of people. So it all boils down to just make sure you don't take those bottom. If you are listening and you're new, don't take the lowest possible price if possible. I know sometimes you got to do it. I totally understand, but yeah, I am a little worried about recession for that reason.
I could see that.
Not so much like I kind of want a recession because I want the car prices to go down because I'm buying a car this year at some point.
Yeah, I did just buy a car.
Yeah, you got paid a lot for that car.
Yeah, Catherine is back. Yep.
Oh wow, I owe $8,000 on my new car, and my estimate for new issues is $9,000. What the hell is $9,000? I bet you about 3/4 of that can be done over time. You got to remember, a lot of those, they go in there, they give you the worst news ever.
And I'm sure she knows that.
Yeah, I want to make sure. Like, a lot of people think you have to fix everything they tell you. I'm like, hell no. I've had a issue with my suspension. Now, it's safe and everything, but it needs to be replaced. I mean, it's got 256,000 miles on it, and it's got the same shocks in it. Like, it doesn't ride as smooth as it probably should. But it's not a safety issue.
No.
And I'm not going to fix it until, you know, especially since my daughter's going to have it. I don't care if she has a smooth ride. So, yeah. So, anyways, recession may be coming, and so hopefully that doesn't flood the market.
Yep.
Ghost kitchens.
And so I think we've all heard about the concept of ghost kitchens. I know.
Oh gosh, yes. I pick up so much food from ghost kitchens.
I know.
You don't.
Did you put the video in? Or?
I mean, let's talk about it. Yep. I mean, I can play the video first. You're running it, so it's a 15-second video.
Yep,
so
go ahead.
Next on our list of fake-ass restaurants, you can tell. Look at the graphics. It's obvious. Super Megadilla and Thrilled Cheese, those are both IHOP. Both of these have the same address, and it's IHOP.
So basically what he's going about, and there's an article too, but basically they're saying is there's so many of the restaurants now, the known chain restaurants that are now opening up like new brands, but technically out of their same locations. And so and I guess they're doing it so they have more options and the more chances of getting picked. But essentially, you know, they are opening up in Uber Eats and in DoorDash and stuff like that. But they're ghost kitchens, if you will, essentially just brands running out of their own locations.
So I want to challenge you on that, and maybe you know, I don't think it's the restaurants doing that. I think these are companies that need a kitchen, like Mr. Beast.
Well, so that's what the concept is made for.
Okay.
But it is the restaurants doing brands.
Oh, that's stupid.
For themselves. That was what she was saying up. So like the IHOP, right?
Yeah.
Would sell like under this new DoorDash brand, under this new, that they only put on DoorDash, but selling their own damn
product,
cheese melt,
under
a new name.
That's shady,
you know. And what she's saying is they're doing it because it's easy. It's an easy way of kind of trying a new product or trying a minimum change to a product. And if it gets a bad review, then just kill it. And
move on.
Make a new one.
Okay.
It's like one of the things he's saying is that there's no longer any there's no accountability anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have to be accountable. There's no, that's super shady. The concept of the ghost kitchen, which is what Mr. Beast is doing and that kind of stuff, is a good concept. Like being able to be a new restaurant and get access to get your food out there. Okay.
Well, yeah, when you're doing it like Mr. Beast Burger, you're providing the ingredients to the restaurant that's
Correct.
making it. You're providing the
Yes.
recipe. So you're just using their building and their workers to do it.
Yeah. Now, what she's also saying is, she said it's not fair for the workers working in the restaurants because they're essentially working for 3 different restaurants.
Yeah.
From the one and only getting paid for the one.
It's true.
And those orders are actually super not. They don't like it because they're it's against the flow of the normal restaurant.
Those delivery orders are prioritized over the rest of the restaurant.
And it's just not. They hate them.
Which I'm fine with it as a gig worker, a DoorDash. Like, I want it prioritized because I don't want to wait in there.
Right.
But I didn't know that. I thought it was just a normal like Mr. Beast.
Yeah, no. She actually contacted several of the restaurants, and she got to confirm that they are brands owned by the restaurant chain trying these things out. Yeah,
that's interesting.
So,
I mean, it's probably a little ingenious, like you said, trying something different, and if it flops, you're like, oh, whatever. It was just on this little side brand. We don't give a shit. We'll just quit. And
I mean that's what the people in corporate is saying. Right?
Yeah,
but they're not really anticipating or seeing what the people on the floor is seeing.
They don't care.
Well, that's the thing, but that's the whole problem. They don't care.
Well, that's the problem in every corporate job.
No,
People
I know.
They don't care, but looks like Catherine said no. She goes, it was bell tire, so I went elsewhere, and it's $1,200. What was really wrong? See,
right?
Like $1,200 is more manageable.
But bell tire they will find every damn thing that's wrong.
Yeah, everything. I mean, I could probably find $10K on mine that's wrong, but I'm not gonna fix it all. So
no.
Moving on real quick. Thought this was kind of a funny picture. It
is funny.
It's ghetto Uber. We ride where others can't. And it's just like a magnet on this car, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Oh, I thought it was funny too that it was a ghetto car, because he'll drive through the ghetto even at night because he doesn't care if anybody.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. Windows get blown out. Like,
I know.
Screw that.
So,
next up, Jesper, we want to talk about someone tipped. Why did he give a sad face?
No, I think it's the reversed
smiley face.
Yeah, I think it's
got
funny.
you.
So, so yes, I'm just gonna read it because it is kind of interesting.
It's a delivery conversation.
It's a delivery conversation. If you ever deliver to this address again on 16th Street in Troy, I expect a phone call like it says in the directions, or I'm going to report it as stolen. I did not leave it in directions to drop it at the door. Thank you and have a great evening. I let Grubhub know of the situation as well.
Driver.
If you ever order 2 24-packs of water from Rite Aid on Hoosick again, I expect more than a $1 tip. If not, I will keep your water unreported lost. I did not leave instructions to leave a $1 tip. Thank you and have a great evening. I let Grubhub know for the situation as well.
A $1 tip for 2 24-packs of water. That's hilarious.
But why can't I leave it to the address?
Well, because he wanted the guy to call.
But what's the purpose of that?
Exactly. There is no fucking purpose.
No.
I'm not calling.
No, I'm not.
We're in a
calling
text-based society. I'll send you a text that I'm on way, but the app tells you when I'm there.
I know.
Do you need me to rub your back while you drink the water too? Like Judas Priest. Oh, drink that water. Like, my God almighty. People are so freaking bougie.
Oh, yes. No. It's like, and then again, for $1.
Yeah, for a $1 tip. Yeah, if it was a $10 tip, I probably would call.
I think if I would have gotten a $1, I think I would have taken the time to take every damn bottle out of the 24 box and just thrown it against the door.
Oh my gosh. That would be incredible. You go viral.
I would just
Yeah, we'll see something a little later about a bottle of water. All right, as
we can't comment.
What's that?
Brian says we can't comment. I don't know. You're supposed to be able to comment. I don't know why you can't.
Probably like how Jesper couldn't order an Uber. Okay, moving on. There's a new dash cam out. Bosch rideshare security camera includes a secret panic button for riders, for drivers in emergencies. So, I mean, it basically boils down to it's kind of like, what's it called? OnStar
Oh yeah,
a little
Yep.
bit, but this is more just for a gig worker and having like a quick button to press. I think it's a great idea. I don't know how great the dash cam is, but the driver is so more important, the rideshare cam's ability to improve the physical safety of a driver as well. Built-in algorithms can trigger an alert if the cameras on the dash cam are compromised or blocked. So interesting. But that word algorithm makes me think it's AI that is checking,
Right.
which is a little scary. But the driver is also provided with a discrete and wireless SOS button that can be pressed to activate an emergency call, assuming they're driving somewhere with reliable cell service.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not going to be,
So does it require a subscription?
I don't know. I just got a freaking ad. Hold on.
Is that for that?
My guess is it probably does. It actually
Right.
doesn't say if there's a subscription. I'm sure if you click on the link, but although services like General Motors OnStar are better known, Bosch has actually been operating its own emergency call center since 2012 in over 50 countries, with over 27 vehicles around the world having connectivity. So I think it's awesome. I mean, I'd like to see it like more in action, of where if somebody pressed it, like is it secret? Does it go to your phone? Like how does it work? It doesn't really
Right.
talk about it too much, Gizmodo, but
Yeah. So Rideshare Rotor brought up a good point. This whole display ride where you can get the camera for free. My question there though is, who owns the recordings?
don't be putting your links in here, Steven. What are you doing? Is that your personal link?
I don't think it's his.
Yeah, we've talked to this guy, I think, Display Ride. But
Okay. So anyways, but if you don't have a dash cam, on gigeconomyshow.com, we have a nice little link for some things you should consider having in your car if you're an Uber driver. And there's also 2 of the dash cams that we normally recommend, which is, and again, the name escapes me.
Van True.
The Van Trues. And I think it's the N2 Pro and the N4 Pro. And both of those are excellent cameras at excellent price, and we've had those for many years. So
Yeah, I think honestly, if you're definitely in an area that you think you need that, I think
Yes.
it's probably easier than trying to dial 911. But yeah, I like it. I would be willing to reach out to try it, or maybe you could. You're the one that drives Uber more than I do, but maybe we should reach out to them and give it a whirl. But yeah, I use the Van True Pro. I like it. Van True doesn't have any, which I don't understand why they don't do that technology. They don't have any cloud recording, which is kind of strange. Yeah, I mean, their cameras are incredible, but
Right.
it's just that tech, they're missing that tech of
but
where
do
getting
you really need it though?
I mean, I probably would never use it, but it would be nice in a pinch if someone did grab the camera or whatever, that there was a cloud recording.
Yeah,
But I
guess.
yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Honestly, it's more, I think, for like a car crash.
Right.
If someone's grabbing your camera and you don't have cloud, you got bigger fucking problems. Like, you ain't got to worry about that. Like, that's the thing. So
Catherine, it has a built-in memory card, and you can take. I mean, I think I have a 124 gigabyte card in mine. So it definitely records and it keeps.
I don't know about the Bosch one though. I don't know if that.
Oh, sure.
I'm sure. I think that's cloud. I think that cloud records. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to look into
So
it.
the Van True has a memory card,
Yeah.
and I think mine. I mean, again, I only drive. I don't know that often, but it keeps at least 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah,
Really? Oh, you
Oh,
must
yeah.
have a giant card in there.
124 gigs.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, use whatever fucking camera you want, but make
Right.
sure you have one.
You
That's
need to have a camera.
yeah. That's the bottom
Absolutely.
line.
Yep.
And
And then puke bags, but we won't get into that.
right. All right. We got like 5 minutes, so we want to wrap it through these things. This is an Amazon driver.
There you go. He falls in a hole. Let's play the video.
So delivering to this customer's house, and I just fell into a septic tank. I don't know if they were digging it or what, but I walked by it and the ground came out underneath me. I'm like 6 feet down, and I tried using these roots around me to get out, and it just pulled more dirt on top of me. So I just called dispatch. Hopefully they're going to get the cops or the fire department here, because I definitely don't want to try to climb out on my own again, because like I said, the walls are kind of caving in on me. A little bit scary.
Wait, he calls dispatch? That's a dedicated employee. I would circumvent dispatch and call the cops.
Well, the thing that I was kind of, I mean, that was a deep hole.
That
He
was more than 6 feet.
He was lucky he didn't get he didn't get hurt.
That's so dangerous. Like,
So-
yeah, he really could. It probably was I'm assuming some like a slow-mo fall where
Right.
it just kind of gave away. But
Yep.
but if you see around it, like it's really big. What if it was there and it was taped off and he's just making this out so he doesn't get fucking fired?
Or maybe it is. Who knows? So Brian is asking, what is the price of those cameras? The N2 Pro is, I think, just shy of 200. 169. It goes on sale for quite often.
Yeah,
And
that
then-
one's the price has gone down quite a bit.
And the N4, I think is it 249, 299, something like that.
$249.
Yeah,
I
so-
don't know. I haven't looked at it,
but very reasonable and has a great mount and stuff. So anyway, it's just again, it's not important that you use that particular camera, but it's important that you use
just look
a
it up
camera.
online. You can look at our links. Gary said, "Yeah, why would you call dispatch?" I'm like, "What a company man!" Like, I'd be like, "Fuck dispatch." They're gonna probably be like, should we call the cops? Maybe we should send Jimmy over there to kind of pull him out so we don't get charged." I'm like, "Fuck that! I'm calling the cops." Like, I am not waiting around for this shit.
Oh, that is funny.
All right, real quick, what do we got here? Oh, so we'll play the video. This is an Instacart worker that delivered a shit ton of groceries and packed everything up after she took the picture, and it's just ridiculous. So, says she must have done the math. These groceries are probably more than what she'll make in 2 weeks. She takes the picture. Know what? She drops the water bottle, picks it up. Like, she got everything. I don't understand people that do that. You're you're going to get fired. Okay, so you got 2 weeks worth of groceries.
But
like,
you are done.
Yeah,
you're fired.
She's totally done and an idiot.
At least, I mean, if you're doing that, know to spot your doorbell cameras. I mean, come on, it's not secret.
Yeah,
Everybody knows what they look like.
And I assume every single house has a camera.
Gary, how do you not see the Ring cam?
Well, she's clearly not smart enough because even if you're stupid, like someone could be in the house recording on their phone. Like, what an idiot.
Oh my God.
Steve says dispatch will say you're an independent contractor, call the cops. Well, he was actually working for a DSP, I think. I mean, I guess I can't prove it because we all wear the same vest, but my guess is he worked for a DSP, but yeah.
And as it's just don't steal.
Yeah, or just don't be a drag to society.
Oh my gosh.
Last picture, let's see. Gary said, Jason, I am the same way. I assume everywhere has a camera. Yeah, I'm not whipping it out to go pee. Like, it is a different time of, unless it's dark and you're somewhere in the corner, there are cameras everywhere.
So wait, you're not carrying your bottle?
Oh, I am. Oh, gosh. Mark, I haven't seen him on here. He usually comes from Twitch. But he posted a piss jug TikTok. That'll be on next week's show. I can't wait to talk about it. It's incredible. So last up, I can't believe this guy can actually be a gig worker with this car.
I know.
So it says
it took me a while to figure out why you posted this.
Right. It's the Uber Rider app, and it says meet at the pickup point, and he's driving a Wright Ram ProMaster. So it must have 4 doors and enough seats, right? But if you look at that picture, it's kind of, I'm sure it's hard to see for you guys. It looks like a regular, like a Sprinter van.
I know. Yeah, I want a Sprinter van to come pick me up.
I know. It's so strange.
I'm going to roll you in the carpet and throw you in the back.
Do you remember me talking about us getting picked up by a utility van? It was a smaller one, and the guy had like glass in the back, like he was a window guy.
I know.
But it qualified as a lift because it had 4 doors. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh, you're dying.
Sorry, I was laughing too much at my own joke.
Leo says, wow, I came in at the wrong time. Steve says 1 out of 10 drivers have peed on houses they deliver to. Yeah, I'm sure. Gosh. And that's another thing. Women can't pee where they want. That's another thing that men have that over women.
Can. Just
squat.
That's what she said.
I haven't used that appropriately tonight. I've been waiting. I've heard a couple of things that would work, but anyways. They should write free candy on the side as a joke.
Yeah.
On what?
On the van.
Oh, jeez. Oh, like a pedo van.
I know.
Oh my gosh. This show's falling apart. Anyways. Join us next week. Oh, I want to say next week, it'll be live at 8 p.m. Eastern. but we will actually not be live. I will preface that in the video too. It's good to know that. I want to keep it live at 8, but I am actually going to be in Florida on Wednesday night for a trip. So Tony and I are recording on Tuesday. Jesper will be on to answer questions and chat and stuff, but the video will be pre-recorded, but it will present as live. So I just want to let you guys know that we actually will not be in the studio in that moment. But
so real quick before we leave, Brian is asking, why doesn't the airport have a porta-john? I'm assuming, Brian, that you are in Grand Rapids.
No. Why would you assume that?
I don't know.
I mean,
the only have a porta-john.
Well,
Chicago has a porta-john.
Yeah, it's
Detroit
fucking.
has a porta-john.
They're huge airports. Anyways, just piss in your Gatorade bottle. Like, Jesus Christ. All right. Anyways, guys, have a good night. And as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And I'll see you on the road.
No, we'll see you on the road. Damn it.
I almost had it right.
You almost had it.
We'll see you on the road.
All right, we'll fake see you
but
next.
You're not driving.
Shut up. I'm delivering. We'll fake see you on Wednesday at 8 p.m. because I'll be in Florida.
See ya.
All right, bye.
Bye.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.